So, Brandon, obviously you played center last year, started the bowl game, we know that. But, now that you've really focused in on it, how are you different? How are you improved at that position now?
I think I'm coming into my own position. Just learning how to like straight in different positions and making important calls and thinking on the fly and making the right calls, make sure everybody's on the right people. I think I'm getting a lot better at that situations, and also now it's a little bit more. We got live bullets going around. We got scrimmages, and I mean it's a little bit different from the spring because spring you're not preparing for a game, you're preparing for a spring game, but you know what I mean. And this is like preparing for the whole season. You know what I mean. So going out there, I'm just trying to take every rep and take everything seriously because I know in situations when it does get to live bullets, when it does get to like Penn State, like 4th and 1, I got to do the important things and make sure I make the right calls, make sure everybody's on the right people.
The mental side or the physical side that you think you've seen the most improvement as a center?
I would say definitely both. I mean, playing guard last year and playing a little bit center, like I kind of already knew kind of what I needed to do physically in order to be better in this position. But since then, I had the summer to be able to develop even more, and I think I've definitely improved in the physical aspect. You know what I mean? Weight room numbers went up, but I think both mental and physical, I definitely made huge improvements in this aspect. Yeah, for sure.
Brandon, are you prepared to play a lot of snaps? If you look at Coach Moore's track record, his starters play a lot, and you're going to be playing a lot of center. About making those snaps in the fourth quarter, have you thought about that? About logging a lot of snaps and being able to, be as good in the fourth quarter as you are in the first quarter?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that just comes with like just preparation and Mike Joe and just taking everything seriously and taking all the conditioning reps very 100%. I would say, and then taking these reps. Also, we do in fall camp 100%. You know what I mean? You go out there and get that football conditioning under your belt, and we're doing a really good job with our football scheduling right now. And, you know what I mean? We're taking a lot of things from the NFL and different schools and stuff like that. We do a lot of research, and right now, like we're getting pushed really, really hard to do hard things better. And I think since we are doing hard things better, I think that has improved everybody else from the new guys came in and the guys that's been around for a long time. Like I can see all of us getting a lot better since day one to now. And it definitely, I have improved in that football conditioning aspect because regular conditioning and football conditioning are somewhat different. But once you get on the field, you know what I mean, and we're logging in these reps and getting a lot more reps in, repetitions, you definitely feel a lot better in situations.
In an NFL preseason model that they're using, tomorrow's scrimmage would be preseason game number 2, right? So you're going to get more reps than you did the last week, right? So I guess it's a gradual progression.
Yeah.
What's the rest of the line looking like? What do you think of the group? I mean, it's an experienced group, so you've been with them for quite a while.
Yeah. All of us, we have like a very strong bond and chemistry in that room. You know what I mean? Every guy wants to not disappoint the next guy next to him. You know what I mean? And that just comes, and you can see that on the field last year, and it's actually improved once we got since the spring to now. You know what I mean? And everybody's we all gel together really well. We all know each other's strengths, we all know each other's weaknesses, and we all play pretty strong for one another. You know what I mean? From left tackle to right tackle, like why he does a good job. You know what I mean? He's a leader in the group. He does really good things. Tomas, you know what I mean? He's not really the most outspoken guy, but he works extremely hard, and he's a genetic freak. I always talk about him. Like I'll brag on Tomas all day long. You know what I mean? Me, I just, you know what I mean, stepped into my role. You know what I mean? I have some shoes to fill, of course. I mean, that's everybody talks about that, and I go out there and just do the best I can do and just be a better leader. You know what I mean? And since Zach left, you know what I mean, I feel like I had to step in that role and become a different kind of leader. So. And it's not like we have like leaders in the room. Everybody's a leader in that room. We have to be a leader in the whole team. You know what I mean? We're the oldest guys on this team, so we all got to lead very differently. You know, and everybody looks at us. We're the biggest people on the field. We're the giants on the field. The giants on the field are not have high energy. Like the whole team's like, oh, you know what I mean? They're not high energy. Why I need to be. So we all got to be high energy. We all got to be leaders in the room. So we all use that and we gel together really well. You know what I mean? Jaquay, like he's a high energy guy. Nick Malone, you know what I mean? I love that guy. He loves to joke around. He loves to keep everything pretty light, and he's pretty good as well. He does the right things. He's also a vocal leader in the room as well. So we all do pretty well in being a leader to the team and being a leader to each other.
Did that take some time for you, or was it natural to kind of realize, you have to be yourself. You can't try to be.
Yeah, I mean that took some time for sure. You know what I mean? Like you look around and you just try to fit into that mold that you know what I mean. You see other people kind of just do already. And I just kind of just walked in there. I was like, all right, only thing I can do is be me 100% of the time. And I just wanted to go out there and just do the best thing I can be and do the best thing I can do and be myself. You know what I mean? I always, when I was being recruited, a coach told me, you know what I mean, that your main goal in the college is just come in college and be the best college player you can be, and everything else is going to fall in the line. So that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to improve every single day and get stronger, faster, and smarter in the game of football. And just my main goal is to be the best college player I can be. Everything else is going to fall in line after that.
You get any advice from Frazier? As it's hard to replace a guy with his stature, obviously.
Yeah. Me and him talk. Every time he comes down, we talk about like football and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We just kind of catch up on things. I mean, we and him, we don't talk about football that much. We just kind of keep it light. You know what I mean? Because me and him understand that we're both very different in how we do things and how we play football. But you know what I mean? I still do model some stuff after him. You know what I mean? He does some things that really well. And you obviously can see him playing in the preseason. He does things pretty well. So you look at that like, okay, cool. That's the way you should do some things. You know what I mean? So I take some of those things and we talk now and then. But me and him, we just keep it very light. You know what I mean? Some guys just want to talk regular things. You know what I mean?
You have also the unique experience, I believe, of also having played high school-wise with the Steelers' first round
Yes.
pick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's odd. Had you talked to him a lot? Did you tell him about Zach? Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What
Yeah. With him, like as soon as I saw him, I knew when I saw the pick coming up, it was pretty funny because I was like watching the draft, and I was like looking at that pick. I was like, it's either gonna be Frazier or it's either gonna be my friend Troy. So I'm sitting there like I pulled my phone out, started recording immediately because I was at least I'm one for two. I'm gonna get one right. So put my phone out, and Troy got picked, and I immediately texted him, was like, hey man, congratulations. And as soon as like a little bit later, I saw Frazier pick. I'm like, all right, okay, for sure. I'm definitely a Steelers fan right now. So I definitely texted him immediately, you know what I mean. And as soon as he came up, and then he talked to Frazier immediately. Him and Beanie hang out all the time. So Beanie came down. I was talking to Beanie about Troy all the time about him, and you know what I mean. I talk to Troy now and then. He talks about Zach, and Zach's a hard worker, and everybody knows that. Like, you know what I mean. He's not gonna tell me that I don't know. I've been with Frazier longer than he has. So I talk to Troy a lot about that. No, not yet. No, I'm gonna go up there, and then when I see Troy, wherever we do, he's paying for it. You know what I mean? I already told him he's paying for it. You got that signing bonus. You're gonna pay for it, whatever it is.
Did you get a chance to watch Zach's game?
I watched a little bit of it. You know, we get let out late, so I watched a little bit of it. I saw definitely what he was about to go out there and do. You know what I mean? And he stepped in and did a really good job. I knew for sure. I had never had a doubt about Zach. I knew he was gonna go out there and do the things that he needed to do and be very strong and powerful and play the game the right way. I knew exactly what Zach was gonna do.
Brandon, obviously playing at center, your technique changes a little bit because you got to get the ball away. Once it's gone there, what are the differences you've had to adjust to the most playing there inside versus outside?
Yeah, I mean, once a ball snap, it's just at that point it's basically guard. You know what I mean? Like the guys are gonna play the shoulder. Most guys not gonna play down the middle. If you play down the middle with me, then we're just gonna it's just gonna be a fight at that point. But like when I talk about difference between inside and outside, I just think about body types. I mean, now in the Big 12 body types, the guys outside, like they're a lot more nimble. They're a little bit more skinnier. They're a little bit more like basketball guys. I always call them like basketball guys. They like to get around blocks. They like usually finesse. Usually they want to be finesse, and then usually speed to power. Those guys are mostly speed to power. The guys inside more like power and just power and just trying to get off and do those things. So I always talk about body types are very different when it goes from outside to inside. Since for me coming to tackle to guard and center, I realized I had to change my body as well. I always talk about like my younger years. I was like 290, you know what I mean? I went out there. I was more worried about like getting out there to those guys. And now since I've moved in, I've gotten stronger. My body's changed. I gained like about 20 pounds. So I was able to go down there and be able to hang with those guys and get a little stronger, you know what I mean? And I took that as a challenge, you know? Like when how I attacked it was going down there and inside, I was like, hey, like wherever Coach Mike's numbers he's going to give me, he gives me a number and a max to work off of. I'm like, I'm going to go 10 above that to get stronger. And every single day I got stronger and got stronger. And I was able to go down there and able to move guys and be a lot more effective to those guys that have bigger bodies, you know what I mean?
Do you think that suits you better, the kind of player you are, your body type? Inside?
I think anything suits me. If I played all five, so I played all five and was able to produce at all five positions. You know what I mean? Not trying to brag, but that's just the body of work I put in for myself. I put that on film. I put that out there for everybody to see.
How do you go from 290 up 20 pounds? I mean,
Up 20 pounds. I mean, that's a big Mike Joe question. You know what I mean? Mike Joe. I mean, you can look around and see all the guys in here. You know what I mean? Some guys that came in and was able to stay under Coach Mike for years. You see, you see guys change their bodies and actually, and be like the numbers start jumping up. Guys get bigger. Guys get more cut up. You know what I mean? That's just Mike Joe. Like, you buy into a system, you're for sure gonna change your body 1,000%. Also, you ask him questions, he's gonna give you the answers. He's never gonna sit there and be like, no. He's gonna give you the answer to the question 100% of the time. You can go in there and put in the work in. Your body's gonna change. Like, things are gonna change. And also, we have very good nutrition team like Haley and Bailey. They do a really good job making plans for us. You know what I mean? Because it's really just it's more than 90% diet and 10% working out. You know what I mean? If you don't take diet seriously, your body's not going to get changed. Like, you can go out there and work out all day long, but if you can't buy in on the diet aspect as well, like, your body's not going to change. So I definitely bought into that and started eating and started working out, and everything just kind of came in fruition.
Your thoughts of the young linemen?
All the young guys, I think they're doing pretty well. I think Terry, he's going to be a really good player. He's a guy you're going to hear about in the next couple of years. He's doing pretty well. You know, Landon, he's stepped up 1,000%. You know what I mean? He's a guy that keeps pushing me every single day. We got Nick Cray. He's going to come in and he's going to continue to do really good things and develop under this leadership. I'm glad, you know what I mean, those guys can look at us and see how we work, because now we're able to develop those guys and see, like, the right things they need to do. And those guys stepped in and took the challenge, and they're fighting every single day to be stronger every single day. You know, Nick Cray's going to continue being good. Bryce Biggs, he keeps doing well. He came back from his injury, and he's continued doing pretty well. All the young guys are really focused in. Johnny Williams, he's a guy that's we're gonna depend on when it comes down to situations where we need him the most. You know what I mean? He's continuing to develop his body, and he's gonna keep getting better. You know what I mean? He's gonna be a guy that's gonna be really good in the next couple of years. You're just gonna hear about his name in the next couple of years for sure.
You're an old guy compared to most. Do you feel really old when you're around some of them and you start discussing, you know, how they grew up with what they watched and listened to and all that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, one guy yesterday, we was at Coach's house, and he said he was born in 2006, and I was like, oh man. I started feeling real old. I was like, all right, I gotta get out of here. You know what I mean? So, what do you tell? I was like, man, 2006. You don't even know what struggle is. And you had an iPhone at the womb, so I don't know. I was like, I'm feeling a little too old. But at least it's not just me. I got Nick. At least I got Nick. I could be like, Nick, hey, man, we was here for a while. It's not just me.
Obviously, you've known Green for a while, but did you do anything, hang out with him more, things like that, to develop more of a chemistry? Because he had so much of that with Frazier that.
Yeah. I mean, I think the offense is doing a really good job right now, just chemistry-wise. You know what I mean? I had the guys at my house not too long ago. We had a barbecue. I cooked for them and stuff like that. Cooked some burgers and stuff like that. So we all are a very close group on the offensive side. You know what I mean? You have to be. Like, everybody has to be in sync. Like, one guy messes up a play, like the play looks horrible. You know what I mean? So we all had to be in sync and intertwine and be really together. Like, me and Garrett, we hang out. We just hung out and went out to eat not too long ago. Me, Garrett, and Wyatt and Tomas, and we go out to eat numerous times and this and the third. We were all pretty well connected. And also, Garrett's been here since 2020, so like, I've known Garrett for a very long time. So like, yeah. So we all you can see on the offense. So you just look at us bouncing around. And we're all very close, and we all very much love each other.
Okay, anything else?